2005 Pontiac Grand Prix with the 3.8 V6 engine. This is the non-supercharged, just to clarify that. Today we're going to be replacing the thermostat. For this job, we'll be using the Motorrad thermostat kit. This comes with the new housing, the gasket, and of course the thermostat. Part number 5167 Kilo Tango. Let's get to it. All right, first thing we need to do is go ahead and get this engine cover off. To do this, we need to remove our oil cap tube, I guess you'd call that. You're just going to grab the whole tube and you're going to rotate it. Hopefully you don't crush your fingers like I just did. And then you pull the whole piece out like this, and then you can just lift up on this piece of plastic, move that out of the way, and then we're going to put this back in place so we don't get debris going down into our engine while we're doing the rest of the work. And following our upper radiator hose will lead us straight to our thermostat housing with our bleed screw located right on top. Now, in our kit that we got here, ours comes with a new housing. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect the hose, lift the hose up kind of out of the way so we can try to keep as much coolant as possible, and remove that housing, replace the thermostat, and put everything back together. Don't understand why they have to put hose clamps that are just barely big enough. Go ahead and move this out of the way. I'm going to put it behind this support bar right here. And to remove that thermostat housing, we're going to go ahead and remove the two 10mm bolts, one located right here and the other one right here. Being very careful, of course, not to drop these into the engine bay where they will disappear forever. And there's our two bolts. Again, don't lose these. Alright, we'll go ahead and remove our housing. Watch out for this wire right here. I believe that goes to an O2 sensor down there. Just be careful about that. And we have our housing. And we can see our thermostat. It's located right here. And that should keep the majority of the coolant inside of the engine bay, so we don't need to remove that yet. We can actually pre-stage the thermostat and swap them out quickly without losing too much coolant. Well, we've got our new thermostat with our new gasket that goes on it, like so. It has a little ring in here in the gasket. You can see how it has a little space right there, and that's what you want the thermostat to be sitting inside of, that little indentation ring or slit that's in the inside of that O-ring. And we're basically just gonna pull that one out real quick and plop this one in. Okay. I might need something to grab onto with that thing. It is disgusting. And I can't quite get a grip on it. Alright, got it broken loose. I'm just gonna lift this out of the way and put this one in there. Just like that. The old Indiana Jones move. That's what that is. And we've got our new thermostat housing. Go ahead and layer that right on top. And this Thermostat right here has the rubber O-ring going around it, and that does seal the housing as well. Our kit came with the gasket. I'm not too sure why, but you know, who knows? Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, I guess. Put these down nice and tight. Nothing crazy. And reconnect our hose. We're trying to keep as much coolant in there as possible. Go. And for bleeding the system, what you would typically do is you would remove this bleed screw right here on the top of the thermostat housing, and you would let the air bleed out as the engine was running and you kept topping off the radiator. Now, if you got an extra 20 bucks and you do a bunch of coolant work, it might be worth it to go ahead and get one of these spill-free funnels. These are very, very useful for bleeding systems because it puts a large amount of coolant high up above your engine and the rest of the system. So this has to be where all the air comes out, unless of course there's a bleed screw. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. I'm going to remove that bleed screw without even having the engine running. Let's see if I can't get a decent angle. Right here, where you're going to be able to see the bleed screw. So I'll break this bleed screw loose, and all the air is going to rush out of there because all this coolant is going to rush into the system, and then you'll see it start spraying out of right here. And then once it's spraying out, I know that there's no more air left because it's all water spraying out of it, and I just tighten that screw down, and the bleeding is complete. Yes, I found my 5. My H5 or the 5 Allen socket, or if you want to use an Allen wrench, you can definitely do that. But I'm just glad I was able to find that. All right. Go ahead and pretty much remove that. I'm sure it's going to be really a pain in the butt to put back on, but as you can see right here, I'm going to try to get this shot because I think this will be very helpful for people if they're concerned about not getting all the air out of their system, or if they have a slow overheating issue where it'll kind of creep up in the heat. That's usually a sign that you have air in your system. So with one of these, you basically just top it off, and then there's a plunger right here in the middle, and you'll see I'm going to pull this plunger up. The fluid's going to start going down, and once the entire system is filled with coolant, you'll see it start coming out of our opening right here in the bleed valve. In the bleed valve hole, or opening, I guess. There it goes. I usually like to let it do a little fountain there for a second or two, just to make sure we get all the air out of the system. And ta-da! There you have it. Your system is bled. You can feel right here When I squeeze this, you can watch the fluid level rise. And when I release it, it goes back up. Give it a couple squirts in case you got air in your radiator, things like that. But other than that, that's pretty much all there is to this job. If you'd like to see another video on this vehicle, go ahead and check out that one next. I made this one just for you. But other than that, if this video helps you out, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see y'all next time.